Well, it was a hot button issue during the last presidential debate. We're talking about college students finding jobs after graduation. Ron Carruthers from Ducero's College Solutions is here saying there is still a lot of hope.
There is.
Especially with 13 particular majors. If you graduate with one of these, your chances of finding a job are significantly higher than the traditional major.
Yeah, what you run into right now is 53% of college graduates are either underemployed or completely unemployed, but there's still fields where college graduates are in desperate need, and even a couple of the jobs on the list don't really require a traditional four-year college degree.
Okay, let's get right to it, because I know folks out there want to hear every single one of these, and there are 13. So agriculture, and you're thinking,
huh?
With the drought and everything.
Why?
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy because a lot of people think, well, I don't want to be a farmer, but there's so many jobs in the business end of agriculture and in the bioengineering side of it, in animal sciences, there's almost 50,000 new jobs a year for this.
Okay.
So really a hot field.
Now, teaching is another one I would say, wait a second, we always talk about these pink slips every year that these teachers are getting, but there are still is a need for teachers?
Nationwide, the demand is not keeping up, or the demand is greater than the supply. There's not enough new teachers being graduated every year, so yes, there's pink slips, but there's still a need.
Okay, nationwide probably is the key word
Nationwide
there.
and in California. We don't see them having that hard of a time getting a job.
Okay, that's good to know. And then we'll get through some of these next few pretty quickly. Accounting and finance, that's always a great one.
Correct.
CPAs, always a need. Sales, manufacturing, and nursing.
Yeah, sales is really hot, particularly in the manufacturing field. Manufacturing, nursing is really a big one, especially with the changes in healthcare. And another one that's on the list is healthcare administration, because they're estimating 33 million people are going to be insured that weren't before, so they need someone to manage the administration of it. Those jobs pay up to $80,000 a year.
I mean, just think if you could actually know what you're talking about when it comes to health insurance and who needs what and what now goes to what. If you were one of those experts in that field, how much people would pay for your expertise, it would be almost priceless.
Exactly.
Okay, mechanics, trucking, computer science, a few more.
Well, we've got trucking, which really doesn't require a degree, but it does require a certificate. Over 200,000 jobs a year. You've got plumbing on the list, which again, there's just not enough people. They're opting for four-year degrees instead of trade school, so there's not enough plumbers to go around as older ones retire. And we already talked about machining. Computer science, even though that's a hot field, there's 150,000 new jobs a year against 40,000 college graduates.
I think you can almost not go wrong if you're in one of the tech industries.
Correct.
Yes, and also engineering is one of those
and
as well.
Certain fields like civil, biomedical seem to have a greater need than others, but all of the engineering field is hot right now.
And these jobs pay well.
All of them pay well.
Yeah, which was good to know, especially if you have a child who has a lot of student loans.
Exactly.
Steer them in that direction, perhaps. SEO.
Search engine optimization is a really hot field right now, and as more and more businesses transact online, even Newsweek is not printing anymore, it's all online. The need for search engine optimization for local businesses and national businesses, huge, never been bigger.
I think we almost got to all 13 right
we
there.
did. I'm looking at the list.
I'm going to put you on the spot for a second. What are some of the worst majors to major in that the jobs just aren't there?
One that's huge that everyone thinks is really popular is psychology. Unemployment is almost double digits in that field, and the pay is really low. A lot of the liberal arts majors, unless a student is going on to an advanced graduate degree, they're just not finding work in that field.
Now, I would think teaching would fall into liberal arts. Am I wrong?
No, generally they want them to be subject specific. So if you're teaching science, they want you to have a science degree plus the teaching credential.
Got it.
If you're teaching history, a history degree plus the credential.
Okay, so liberal arts,
psychology, visual and performing arts are low on the scale, graphic arts very high on the scale, so it's just a weird thing, and that's why we always encourage, look into this before you go. Don't assume that college is going to solve it for you.
And don't assume that the next 4 years, let's say you're a freshman now, that all of our problems will be solved and everyone is going to be hiring again in 4 years. That probably won't be the case, so do your homework as a high school senior or a college freshman. Make sure you know that there are jobs in the field you want to major in.
Correct.
All right.
It's the most important thing you can do.
Sure. Don't waste your time or money. All right. Ron Carruthers from Ducero's College Solutions. If folks want to get a hold of you, I'll just put all your information on our website at CW6.com.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks, Ron.